Resisted swimming can be a powerful tool for helping swimmers learn how to go faster, if it's done well. And unfortunately, it's not always done well. Let's fix that. Hi everyone, Andrew here, helping you help your swimmers get faster. Resisted swimming is a great way to help swimmers improve. It doesn't just improve strength in the water, it also improves skill. But that's only true if it's done in a specific way with a specific intent. A coach commented to me recently that too many of his swimmers just spin whenever they start working against resistance. They rate up, they muscle it, and they just try to go fast. And as a result, there's zero emphasis on skill. The question is, how do you fix it? This is a pretty common problem. And unfortunately, if the loads are too high and swimmers are forcing the speed, it can actually have a negative impact on performance. And that's even if swimmers get stronger as a result of the resisted work. The negative impact on skills can be that significant. Let's find a way to overcome those challenges in a way that works in group settings. Priority number one is to choose the appropriate loads. If the loads are too heavy, it doesn't matter what you do. They're going to struggle. They're just not going to swim well. More load is not better. It's about choosing the appropriate load for each swimmer to help them improve. That is what's most important. If the goal is to help swimmers learn how to swim better, pick a load that allows for that to happen. Once you've got an appropriate load, one of my favorite strategies is to add stroke counts. If they're doing 25s, 15s, 12.5s, or any fixed distance, give them a stroke count to hit. Tell them they can go as fast as they want, but they're not allowed to take any more strokes than whatever number you give them. Why does this work? They have to be efficient if they're going to hit the stroke count. They can't spin, they can't get ahead of themselves, they have to swim well. And the faster they go at any given stroke count, the more they're getting out of each stroke and the better they're swimming. You can change the stroke count that you give them depending on how fast you want them to go and how efficient you want them to be. Lower stroke counts means longer, more efficient strokes and a little less speed, whereas higher stroke counts mean a little bit less efficient stroke, but a lot more speed. One option isn't necessarily better than the other. It just depends on what you want to accomplish and what you want to do. But most importantly, it gives you control over what's happening. Now you can have a direct influence on their skills and you can ensure that they're actually swimming well. You're helping them learn to swim in ways that will build skill rather than destroy it. And by swimming efficiently against the resistance, they're going to learn how to hold a ton of water. If you're not using set distances, you can just give them a number of strokes to hit. Say they do 6 repetitions where each repetition is 6 cycles of swimming. And the goal for those repetitions is to get as far as possible during those 6 cycles while swimming against the resistance. In that setup, you could also throw a cone at the bottom of the pool and tell them that they have to get further than the cone during those 6 cycles. Again, this requires them to be long and it requires them to be patient. They can't just spin, they have to stay long, and so by adding stroke counts, you can immediately get more efficient, more technically skilled swimming. Another really effective strategy is to use stroke rates. We're accomplishing the same basic objective as using stroke counts, but in a slightly different way. This really only works if you have a tempo trainer or some other type of metronome that keeps them accountable to the stroke rate. All you have to do is give them a stroke rate that slows them down and prevents them from spinning. Whatever that stroke rate is, their goal is still to try to get to the other side of the pool as fast as possible. As with stroke count, the faster they want to go at a given stroke rate, the better their skills need to be. Instead of negatively impacting skills, now you're using resistance to improve skills. As with stroke counts, you can alter the stroke rate to influence how fast you want them to swim. The lower the stroke rate, the harder it will be to go fast because they can only move their arms so quickly. However, you're encouraging them to be really long against the resistance. The faster the stroke rate, the more speed they'll be able to create, and they'll be using slightly shorter strokes in order to make that happen. And at either extreme, we're still working on swimmers' skills because they're trying to go as fast as they can at that stroke rate. The only way to do that is by swimming better. With higher rates, we emphasize the speed more, and with lower rates, we emphasize the length more. It's all about what you want to accomplish with your swims. In either case, you're getting more skill and more strength. What's most effective about these strategies is that they allow for self-coaching. Swimmers get immediate feedback after each and every rep. Was it faster? Did I hit the stroke count? Did I hit the stroke rate? The numbers are objective, so there's crystal clear feedback every repetition. If you want to learn more about how to help swimmers learn to go fast without spinning, check out the video here, check out the video here.